The global geothermal market is rising fast. Today, there are over 12,000 megawatts of installed capacity in the world and over 4,000 geothermal wells. This market, which is generating billions of dollars in revenues every year, is estimated to double in size in the next 10 years. This is a large market, but when compared to the petroleum industry, it's only a fraction. There, the numbers of wells is in the hundreds of thousands, and the revenues that are generated are far greater. That is why a lot of the equipment that is being used in the geothermal industry today has been adapted from the petroleum industry and not specifically designed for geothermal. And that is why it has been causing problems. Because a lot of this equipment has been failing in operation. And when it fails, it generates operational cost, revenue losses, and it creates risk. One of the equipment that has been failing is the geothermal master valve. This valve right here is basically just a valve that decides whether or not if the well is open or closed. This is an expensive equipment. It costs around $50,000 to $60,000, and so it has been failing. And if we just take a short example, if a valve like that goes out for 6 months, just the cost of getting it back on track is around $500,000, and the revenue losses over that time, and this is at the Icelandic energy price, is around $2 million. So the stakes are very high. Over the past 5 years, at least 6 valves just here in Iceland have broken down. So this is a problem. And it is a problem both here and globally. We at Loki Geothermal aim to make more reliable equipment, starting with these valves. We are going to design them especially for geothermal application. And on top of that, we'll be servicing these valves and the valves which are currently in operation. But today, there are over 200 geothermal wells in Iceland. This is the market situation. Today, the Icelandic estimated yearly demand is around 10 to 15 new valves per year. The global market is around 500 to 600 valves. So this results in a market size of around $1 million here in Iceland and around $40 million globally. So it's a niche market. But the thing is that the Icelandic market is a very good test market for us because we have a very good access to operational experience, which is a crucial part when you're creating equipment. And we also have a very good access to all the key players. These are our main target markets outside of Iceland. It's Central America, Africa, and Asia. And the reason for this is that over 80% of estimated growth is in these areas. And also, like the president came into before, there are Icelandic companies that already have gotten projects in these countries. And there's a very good communication between the governments. So it's a good fit. But this is the team. This is me, the happy one on the left, on the right. My name is Þórarinn, and I have a degree in mechanical engineering. I've been working at the R&D division at Landsvirkjun for the past 3 years in the geothermal sector. The one on the left, that's Sölvi. He's an energy engineer and an expert in this field. And our third team member is Gunnar, the one on the right. He's an established entrepreneur and an attorney, and he and Sölvi have actually gone through this process before of establishing a company in the geothermal sector here in Iceland. The one in the middle, that's Hörður Arnarsson. He's the CEO of Landsvirkjun. He's not an official team member yet, though. That might change. But this is the current situation. Today, we have secured service contracts with 2 out of the 3 energy companies here in Iceland. And we are utilizing the revenues which we are already generating to develop our new valve, along with the experience that we are getting from servicing these valves. But the thing is that in this sector, the opportunities are everywhere. Because the geothermal industry is a lot like the fishing industry was here in Iceland 35 years ago. Back then, we didn't have the same incentives as we do now to look into better solutions. We did not aspire as much to innovation as we do right now, and we didn't have these large companies like Mares 35 years ago, which actually grew through this development. And that is why, as we see, the market is growing, and we believe that Iceland should be in the forefront of this development, both in R&D, in drilling, and in equipment. So even though this might be our first product right now, it definitely won't be our last. So that is why I want to say to you that regarding our company, you ain't seen nothing yet. Thank you.